All right, so today was Saturday, pretty much the biggest day at Comic-Con, and it was insanely crowded. Barely room to move on the floor, though I found a free spot and I stood in it for a while, just admiring the ability not to touch another human being in that one spot on the floor. But otherwise, it was just crazy crowded. It was my first day here, so I don't know how bad it was previously, but it was pretty darn crowded today. But the big things I did today was a roundtable with Bruce Campbell and Jane Levy and the director of Evil Dead, and a roundtable with the director of Carrie, and Julianne Moore and Chloe Grace Moretz. Moretz, that's how you say it. So Evil Dead was awesome. Bruce Campbell's pretty much the coolest guy you're ever going to meet. He was just hilarious and cracking jokes the whole time and super arrogant and really awesome. We got to check out the trailer at the panel, and it looks brutal, like seriously brutal. It ended with a girl cutting her tongue in half, and it looks batshit crazy, basically. We also got a teaser for Carrie, but that was really just a teaser. It started with an opening shot high above a town that was on fire, and obviously it looked like a riot had gone through it, and as it slowly pushed in to a street where Carrie was standing covered in blood and looking really, really angry. There were quotes going over it saying stuff like, "Oh, she was such a nice girl," and maybe it was government conspiracy. So it looks like, from what they were talking about and what it sounded like, it looks like they're doing a really good job jumping back to the book and not looking at the Brian De Palma film. The Evil Dead remake definitely looks different. It's really dark, really bloody, and we're going to have full interviews and with cast and the directors coming up soon, hopefully. And then after that, I just wandered around a bit. The con's pretty awesome. It's got a lot of cosplay this year, a lot of cool people. It's a bunch of fun.
Well, today at Comic-Con, I got in and I had a roundtable interview with Barry Levinson for the Bay, which was really fun. Barry is a really nice guy, hardcore Marylander, wearing a Baltimore Orioles cap, as you do. It was really fun. Expect to see that transcript for the roundtable interview coming up probably by Tuesday or Wednesday. Saw a lot of cosplay. I was mostly on the floor trying to check things out, trying to take a lot of photos, and it was insane today. You kind of do the con waddle, where you just sort of walk in small steps like that for a while, but eventually get those straightaways where there's no one in front of you, and it feels like freedom. It's kind of like in The Great Escape, when Steve McQueen escapes from just bouncing that ball off that wall. All of a sudden, he's got to take that motorbike and do what he can do. And I got a luchador mask because you should. If anyone can think of a really cool luchador name or a wrestling name for me, please, I would love to have you contribute to it. I don't know if I'd give you anything for free, but I'd be much obliged. I don't have a wrestling name. I tried to buy this luchador mask earlier, but all the ATMs on the floor died. The one I was going to just died 3 people in front of me, and that was really unfortunate. I talked to a man from Arizona for a while to pass the time about putting scorpions in tequila. So that was my day, and I bought Sean a beer.
My day was a mixed bag. I started out with going to the Trump Soho Hotel, which was pretty cool, for a couple Silent Hill roundtables. Got to interview the beautiful Adeline Clement and Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. Kit something. His real name is escaping me, but also the director and producer, and they're all very cool. And Adelaide was absolutely gorgeous, so keep an eye out for a Summer Got Hot from her. And then I came here, and I wanted to throw things at all the people in my way, especially the Homestuck people. Those Homestuck cosplayers, I don't talk about genocide much, but if I could cause a genocide, it would be for Homestuck cosplayers, because they're always in my way. And then they get upset when you walk in front of them taking pictures of their other Homestuck cosplayer friends. It's like, if you get out of my way, I want to walk in between your pictures. But other than that, all that congestion, Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples both were pretty busy signing other people's things, so I couldn't get my best friend Pat a signed copy of their Saga Volume 1, which you should all pick up. Then Hubert bought me a beer, and then I bought a pastrami sandwich from the same place where he bought me a beer, and they burned 2 sandwiches in a row, heating them up for me. So then they gave me a free beer, and I got the sandwich in the end. Cold, but at least I got it. Then I came back here and met up with the rest of my Chucklehead writers, and now we're going to probably go drink some more.
Yeah. So today I wasn't here most of the day. I had some other New York Film Festival related stuff, not for Flixist, to do. So I showed up in the morning. It was really crowded and they told me to go in the wrong place. But then I took some photos, so those will go up at some point. And then I left. And then I came back and the cereal was gone. So there's this cereal called Crave, and I'm just gonna, tell you how great it is. It's basically like Captain Crunch, except it has chocolate frosting inside. And I don't actually like chocolate, but it's free and it's great and it's kind of like crack. Not that I've ever had crack, but you know what I mean, probably. Anyway, so I did that, and now I'm doing this video, kind of. So tomorrow I'm actually probably going to be here in the morning, so maybe I'll do one last video roundup, but Matt probably won't be here, which is too bad because he doesn't live anywhere near New York, and it's kind of awesome that he came at all. So yeah, it's terrible here. There are way too many people. Like it's an awful experience. The convention itself is kind of cool, but yeah, they really need to not let as many people in as they did. So that is my recommendation to the people who run the Jacob Javits Center and New York Comic Con. Let fewer people in, including press. Most of these people, they're not important. Just Flixist and a few other guys, and you'll be all good.